Young men need to be selfish. Thumbs up for a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. So today we're going to be talking about why a young man in particular must be selfish. And of course, there are people that will argue against just the premise of this alone, but stick with me on this. If you're an older man, this will sound like excellent advice, especially if you are an older man. And when I say older, I'm talking about in your 50s, late 40s, mid 40s, a middle-aged man. A middle-aged man, one of the mistakes you often hear them say that they made when they were younger was that they took too much of their own energy helping other people. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever help people, but what I am saying is when you are a young man in particular, and in this case, when I say young, I'm talking if you are 30 and under, and you're still young, even if you're in your 30s, it's all relative, but in particular, this message is for if you are a younger man in your 20s. And the reason why it's so important that as a younger man, you are selfish, because you have to be selfish in order to establish yourself. And by establish yourself, I mean that you will not be able to put yourself on the right track in life unless you focus on yourself. Unless you focus on yourself and what is beneficial to you and what moves you forward, you will never be able to establish yourself. You will never be able to accomplish whatever goals you have if you're constantly trying to put everybody on your back, trying to put your friends on your back, trying to put your girl on your back, trying to put everybody and their mama on your back. You can't rise up in life if everybody is always on your back, as in being dead weight that you must carry. You cannot carry everybody with you to success like that. It doesn't work that way. And people that have tried, you can see how it has caused them a lot of suffering just in the attempt to bring everyone up with them, because that is not something that is actually feasible, because unfortunately not everyone is going to be successful in life. And what I mean by successful is success by their own definition of success. They don't even achieve what they wanted to achieve in life. And it's difficult enough as an individual, especially if you're very ambitious. You got a lot of big plans. You plan on doing just lots of different things in life. It's very difficult to accomplish that if you are responsible for so many different people. If you're responsible for helping this cousin, if you're responsible for helping this relative, if you're responsible for helping all them friends that, you know, they don't really want to help themselves, but they want you to help them once you get in a position to do so. And if you are starting off in the right track in your early years, in your 20s, early 20s, if you're already on the right path, you can easily be yanked off of the right path if you focus too much on other people. If you focus on trying to help other people, if you focus on trying to do other things for the people at the expense of yourself, you can help somebody without it being at the expense of yourself, or without putting yourself at risk. And this is what I'm saying. Do not focus on helping others, period, if it puts yourself in jeopardy, if you put yourself at risk, if it can pull you off of the right track. Because in your early years, when you're young, you got a lot of energy, you got a lot of fight in you, you got a lot of hustle in you. There's older men that got that too, of course. But when you're young, you're full of testosterone, you're full of energy. You need to dedicate that energy towards establishing yourself. And establishing yourself is putting yourself on whatever track you want to be on. It's about where you want to go in life. And if you're ambitious, that can easily be derailed by not focusing on self. So this message is about you young men focusing on yourself. And I would strongly recommend that as a younger man, you avoid having major responsibilities in your early years, because that is a big mistake. That if you ask older men, one of the things that they regret when they were younger in the early 20s was that they had major responsibilities early on in their youth. They had children early on. They got married early on. They had a lot of added responsibilities in their life, or just they had family situations where they were really pressured to help everybody at once, to help bring up everybody. And situations like that, if they can be avoided, which there's always things you can do. You may not want to necessarily do them because they will hurt other people's feelings. They will make other people angry towards you. But if you do not focus on establishing yourself early on, you really have no hope on really helping the ones that you want to help in the first place. Because the best way to help somebody is to come back for them later. That's really the best way to help somebody, because you really can't put everyone on your back and help the world out, help all your loved ones, help all the people that you want to help. When you're young, you don't have enough life experience, you don't have enough leadership characteristics within you, you don't even know how to deal with people. When you're young, when you're in your early 20s, you don't even understand how to build financial wealth, how to empower yourself on many different levels. You're still learning all of these things. It's best to delay when you will help those that you want to help. So I strongly recommend you focus on you. You gotta build up you. No one's gonna build up you, for real, except for you. So as a man, as a young man, focus on you. Focus on self. Build yourself up. Reduce your responsibilities and liabilities as much as you can, and move up in life. And if you want to, later on in the future, once you are established, you actually have a much better shot at helping those that you wanted to when you were young and you couldn't actually do it to the best of your ability. It'll be much easier once you establish yourself. It'll be much less of a burden on you, which is the goal. This has been Young Manhood. Embrace manhood.